Hey guys, previously on Shop For Me Garage. It's my favorite color, clear. We have a whole bunch of stuff we still need to do. So let me get this cleaned up and we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. Oh no. This is the new short block. Hopefully it does say short block assembly on the outside of this case. We shall see. It's a short. Come on, get off of there. Well, why don't you get a wire cutter or a pair of dikes and cut that zip tie? Well, I thought that maybe I could, you know, slide it off. Well, it doesn't look like it's sliding off very good. I think it's coming. Well, you would have already had it off if you had the wire cutters or something. I know, just hang on. I'm trying, all right? You know, okay, fine. I'll have it your way. I'll get the wire cutters. Where are they? See, you don't even know where they are. I found them. There. You happy now? You got it off. Okay. Ain't that pretty? So we're gonna have to move over what? Okay, so we have the adapter for the oil filter. We're gonna have to move the oil cooler. Okay, so you may not have heard last part of what I was saying because my microphone receiver just died on me. So I got it on a charge over there. So you know, we don't need much talking going on or anything. I'm going to take this and I'll put it on the ground here, and I'm gonna start transferring parts from this other one right here. And I got a bunch of parts right here. I have the brand new balance shaft oil pump assembly, so I'm just gonna stick that on it. I gotta figure out the torque on these bolts. I gotta figure out the bolts. We got bunches of bolts and stuff. These are head bolts. Oops, sorry. Anyway, I'll get that on, just start building this thing up and put the oil pan on it, and let's see how far we can get. All right, that is the end of day 2. Day 2 what? Yeah, it says day 2 for me. And this is how far we are. We got the short block on there. We got the balance shaft in time, torque down, everything put on, new tensioner, moved everything over I needed to move over. And so, you know, the next is the cylinder head. And this is why, I know it's going to be a long video, and this is why I started this video with this engine out, because it's just, you know, taking the engine out and putting the engine in, that just adds a lot more time to the video. So what are we going to do? Tomorrow we got a couple tappets. We got a couple tappets coming in from Dallas. And and I have a list of which tappets they are. It's the rest of them that are coming from Chicago and California and you know, Georgia and, you know, places like that. They're not going to be here tomorrow, so we're going to dig into this. I'm going to dig into this probably first thing in the morning, figure out what if we have everything. If we do, we got it, we're going to go. If I don't, then it's just going to shut her down. I mean, it's ridiculous. We can at least get the cylinder head put on. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take the camshafts out, put the cylinder head on, torque the cylinder head down, put whatever tappets that come in it, and hopefully we can find the rest in there. If that's the case, then we're going to torque these camshafts down, get the timing chain all set up, and just pretty much finish the rest of the long block and put it all together and get the engine in. That's the whole idea, is to get the engine in and done tomorrow. It's taking way too long, I know. It is definitely taking way too long. Should not take 3 days. But we got to order parts back and forth, and I keep getting called off and going and doing other things, and then coming back, and then phone calls, and you know, that's how it goes. So take the time right now, let me know, what do you think? What do you think about this job and everything I'm doing? Run on down in the comments, put on there, and let me know what you think. You got one of these engines? Have you had this done before? Have you done one of these jobs like this before? It doesn't necessarily have to be a Kia, just a short block, you know, short block our engine. Just run on down in the comments, let me know, and I will see you tomorrow. Oh, good morning, and a fine morning it is. So I got good news. I just spent 11 hours going through all this right there, and I found the ones that we needed from there. Not all of them. We still need a parts department to come through with the parts that we ordered from Dallas yesterday. Supposed to be ordered overnight, and I was just told that shipment doesn't usually get here till late morning, so that's fine. That's fine. I have these right here. These are the ones that I found, and all I need to do now, get this camshaft off, and we need to mount the head. I'm going to put the head on and get it all tightened down. Put in the tappets in the right spots that we know that we have. You know, I'm going to clean these up a little bit, and then it's just wait until the other tappets come in. Once we get all the tappets in, we can get the camshafts on, get the timing chain set up, just pretty much put everything back together, and get this engine in, and you know, we could possibly have it running today. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna prepare this thing to install the head, and we'll just start from there. Let's look at this a second. So yeah, brand new short block assembly. I need to get that number off of there, I forgot. So we're gonna put the head on. So what I want to do is just kind of go over this head gasket surface. I'm going to clean it up a little bit with some brake clean. Just get some brake clean on a paper towel, and just kind of go over it. It's clean. I just want to make sure that there's nothing weird on it. And I put a little bit of RTV. Yeah, RTV on the end. We're gonna put the gasket on. So let me get that. So here's the gasket. We're gonna put a little bit of RTV just right on the front, right here. Just like that. That's it. That's all they want you to do. And get the gasket on. Which way did it go? And I'll put a little bit of RTV on the other side, right there. And let me get the cylinder head, make sure it is cleaned. I pretty much cleaned it. I'm just gonna wipe this a little bit. Okay, come on. Need to grab this so I don't pinch my fingers trying to put it on. Right there is a dowel pin. Right there. Now, if you had noticed, this piston is top dead center. It's number one top dead center on compression. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this crankshaft just a little bit backwards, just to bring that piston down a little bit. Because whenever we set the cams on here, it probably won't make a difference, but just to be safe, you know, it's going to keep us from pushing a valve into a piston that's all the way up at top dead center, which could possibly bend a valve. I've seen that happen, not on one of these though. So let's turn this back, and I had a pair of pliers I was using yesterday. So I'm just going to turn this back just like that, a little bit less than a quarter of a turn. That's all it needs. Piston went down. And now let me get the head bolts. These are the head bolts. So these head bolts come with these washers already on them. So there's 8 of these, and then 2 of these. So there's 10 head bolts altogether. These bolts are a little bit different. These go in the front, go into it's 8 and 10, I believe. So this one it's got no washer on it. Same length. This one's got a washer, this one don't. And that's because they're in an area where if it had a washer on it, like this one right here, if it had a washer on it, the washer would hit. And you can't get it in there. So, and these 2 up front, and I got to take that bearing out. So we have some washers right here. 2 washers. I can open this bag without throwing washers all over the place. So I got these 2 washers, and they have like a taper on the top. So this is a top. So what you do is stick the washer down in there. Oops. Yeah. So stick the washer down in there so it's sitting where it's supposed to be, and then just drop the head bolt on top of it. Let's see if I can get this one in. Taper on top. Bolt down in there. No. So I need to move this bearing. See if I can dig it out of there without causing damage to anything. Just come in there. Of course, let's throw it on the floor. That won't damage it at all. So the washer's in there, taper side up, there, it goes down. So Kia says do not put engine oil or anything on the threads of these head bolts. Don't put any kind of sealer, any kind of lubricant, nothing like that. Just put them in. Just make sure that the holes in the block that they're going into are clean. They don't have coolant and oil and stuff inside of them, because that would definitely compress that in there whenever you're trying to tighten these, and then you might not get the proper clamping force on the cylinder head that you need. So I'm going to get these started, and then I'm going to run them down with my impact. I'm not going to tighten them down, I'm just going to run them down, so I'm not sitting here cranking and cranking with a torque wrench, and then we're going to torque them down. What else? Anything I'm missing before I do that? I think that's it. That's the next step. So let's get going. Okay, I'm just making sure that these are started, they're going in good, nothing's dragging or anything like that, because I definitely don't want to force these in. Cross thread them. I don't think you could cross thread. I'm sure they probably could if you really tried. And then, of course, since this socket is a 1/2 inch, I had to use this big 1/2 inch thing to try and I don't want to tighten it. That's better. Turn the air down. Okay. Now, torque wrench. And we'll see if I just tighten that thing's too tight. If I did, I'm gonna have to back them out. So, this is torque to 23.9 to 26.8 foot-pounds. That's it. Yeah, that's it. So, and then 90 to 95 degrees, and then another 90 to 95 degrees. This thing's in angle mode. I need to get it out of angle mode, and that takes a while. Shiny, new. Yeah, I've had this for a little while because my other $700 torque wrench got stolen from my toolbox. And it's one thing to buy a nice tool, but man, whenever you have to buy it again and it's $700 to $800, yeah, this one costs more than the other one, although it's exactly the same, different color. Okay, we're going from 32.4 to 36, so I'm gonna put this at 35. 35. Y'all can read that. Okay, so the way this goes, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we're going cross pattern. So we'll start right here. 35 foot-pounds. That's only 30. That's 1, 2, and what is it? Where's the next? Right here. 3. That is 3. This is number 4. Then we go to 5, it's right here. Boy, wait till we actually get some pressure on these. This thing's gonna want to slide around. Okay, number 6. 7. 7, corner pocket. Number 8. Number 9. Oh, somebody didn't tighten this one down. Who's not doing their job? That's the whole idea of tightening it down, so I don't have to sit here doing this. Sometime today. Yeah, I know. Why don't you just take it off and then tighten it with your hand the other way? It'd be a little bit easier. I know, but I'm almost there. Well, see, I told you. Okay. That is number 9, and then this is the last one, number 10. Last one of the first round. Okay. Round 2. Bing, 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 bing. We got to go to angle mode. Angle mode. Angle mode's really slow to come on. You know, I don't know. It needs to get GPS coordinates from the space station or something. I think that's what it's waiting for. GPS coordinates, so we can figure out what angles we're at. Triangulates. What angle are we going? So 90 to 95. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set it to 90, because whatever you put on here, you always end up going a little bit over. You know, so the thing is, I don't want to set it to the highest, so it's 90 to 95. If I set it to 95, probably going to be like 97 or something like that. If I set it to 90, I'll probably get closer to 95. This thing is still trying to triangulate its universe. I don't know what angle mode. That's what I want. Yeah, angle mode. Come on, angle mode. Hello, work. Turn on. Click, click, click. No. What? Okay, let me figure this out and I'll be back. Okay, we're back. So, you know, you gotta like turn it off and turn it back on. I had to take the battery out. So, let's see, we're going to 90 degrees. And that's where we're gonna be. So it's 2 passes of 90 to 95. We're gonna do 2 passes of 90, and we'll see if I can do it without yanking this entire engine and transmission off of the table, or pulling my arm out of its already broken socket. So here we go. Number 1. Two. And it's 3 over here. 4. 5. Where's 5? 5. Oh. Time out, time out. Hang on. Drop the light. Let's get to 90s. Okay, that's 5. Next one is 6. Hang on, let me do some damage control. Okay. Number 6. Seven, corner pocket. God, stop moving. 8 is up here. 9. 9 back this corner. And then a 10. And round 2. Round 3 coming up. Number 1. Round 3, part 1. Stop moving. That's 2, 3. You can't even see from back there. Oh yeah, my shoulder is not built to do that anymore. That was 3, 4. Five is right here. Six or 6. Come on, turn. And then it's 7. Eight. Come on. Ooh. 9. 10. I mean, you know, it's only 90 degrees. That's not much. It's like a quarter turn. Okay. That's done. So I'm gonna pull these tappets out of here, and I realized there are a couple of these tappets. The what were the 284, 320? I can't remember, but there's some of them that are here that we need to actually reuse. Only we're not going to reuse them in the same spot. We'll move them over. So rather than grabbing one of those old ones that's been sitting in there for a while that I need to clean up, and some of them have rust on them, I could just reuse these that are already lubed up and clean. You know what? The ones I can. So I'm going to pull these out, put the ones that are going to stay in the right spot, and then we will start putting everything else back together. So let's start doing that. Okay, and there goes my light again. So this is what we're looking at. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lifters, or 6 tappets that we're waiting on. We ordered all of them from parts, but we only need 6. So hopefully those things come in today. Well, they better. That one, which one was it? The 345. Oh my God! I mean, I went to the bottom of this barrel right here, just to try and get it, you know, find it. It was, of course, towards the bottom, but I mean, you know, statistics show that whenever you're looking for something, it's always in the last place you look. Always. The statistics prove it. Every single time you look for something, it's always in the last place you look. So what I like to do is, once I find it, I look some more. So I look through all of this. So once I found it, I just kept looking. And if you do that every single time, everybody does that. Everybody just keep looking after you find it. If you do that, then that will change the statistic. So that means you will find it. It won't be in the last place you look. So if it's not in the last place you look, then you found it sooner. Easy to find it sooner. But keep looking after you find it. So it's brilliant. Just keep doing it. Let's change the statistic. You know, I'm on board. Let's go. Okay, so now what are we doing? We're gonna put everything back together. Everything. It's everything that I can possibly get on this thing. I'm gonna put on it. The intake manifold, the cooler lines. You know, the starter, this bracket over here with the compressor, alternator, exhaust manifold. I need to put this bearing back. So it's there. I have a control valve that needs to go here. Oh yeah, one more thing that we're waiting for. That's this pipe plug. So that should come in with the lifters. So we're waiting on parts. That's it. It's up to parts to do their job now. But in the meantime, just gonna get this thing completely back together as far as I can get it, as close as I can get it to a long block. Of course, we can't do any cam work or timing chain work or anything until we get those tappets in, and then we're just gonna throw them in and, you know, pray that they're the right ones. So let's go. Look what we just got in. We got parts. We got that, this is that plug. Some of this is gonna go on the side here. Look, keepers. We got keepers. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely save some of these and give the rest back to parts so they can have some and I can have some. But most importantly, these tappets. We got the tappets. Let's make sure they're the right one. This one, it's supposed to be a 270. That's what we ordered. I can't see nothing. Let me see. Let me see what I can see. Wow, these numbers are so light, I can barely see them. Yep, that's a 270. So 270 goes right there. This should be a 300. Yep, so 300. 300 is gonna go right there. This one should be a 330. I got that one wrapped up all nice. $330 goes right there. Then below that is another $330. Come on, get out of there. That is, yes, that is a $330. Goes right there. Then this should be a $360. Individually wrapped for your protection. This is a $360 right there. And the last one, this should be a $345. And believe me, I picked up all the $345s I could. That was the last one that I found. Right before I started looking again. Come on. It is a $345. Okay, so we got them all. Now we can start putting in. Let's put the camshafts on. Get the camshafts on, get everything torqued down, and we can start messing with the timing chain and get the timing cover and the valve cover on, and then we can finish this. Because I don't want to put the intake on until I get this high pressure pipe on, which I can't do until I get the valve cover on and the high pressure pump. Speaking of high pressure things, I cleaned this up. We got to get this, got to get that put on, bolted in there. Well, of course, hello, we need to put the camshaft in first. So yeah, let's put the camshafts on. Okay, torquing. I am glad that all the torquing is done because, you know, my hips, they just can't take it. So now I got the timing cover and the valve cover. I got them over there in the parts washer, getting rinsed off so I can clean them, try and clean them. I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, probably not. Somebody decided to fill our parts washer with washer fluid, windshield washer fluid. Yeah. How does that? I don't get it. I don't understand. I took at least 10 gallons of washer fluid out of that thing because it separates, right? But now the stuff that's in there is all milky and stuff. It's like washing a frying pan with water. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So I'm going to replace these CVVTs, new timing chain tensioner. I got the guide and the shoe down there. I need to get this off because this is in the way for putting a timing cover on. But let's get this off and let's start putting all this together now. Okay, let's see what we got here. This should be CVVT. Yep, it's electronic CVVT for the intake cam. Oh, and I just remember something that's not good. So I don't have any new bolts for this, so I got to use old bolts. And this goes, there's a little notch right there that goes right into there. Well, that's the notch. This is the dowel or whatever. And it goes right inside there, and it can move like that much. So they tell you whenever you torque it down to have it to one side. I have to look that up and figure out what that one side is. But the one thing that I just remembered is there's a plug that once you tighten this up, it plugs this hole. And I don't have that plug. And if we don't have it in stock, I mean, it ain't gonna completely shut her down, but we can get the engine and we just can't start it because there's a provision on the cover where you can actually put that plug in from the outside, and there's a special tool to do it. I just hope that we have it so we can get this thing running. This is the CVT for the exhaust cam. Same thing with this bolt. This goes on, you find the dowel, put it in place, and torque these down properly. So according to this, just double check it, a flange, what does this say? Camshaft, and installing a bolt, camshaft with wrench. Okay, to tighten the bolt. The ECVVT A is matched with slot B. Okay, slot B is over here, so we need it to be turned this direction. Turn it like that. Tighten it down like that. Then, let me see. Grab this back here. The only tool I have that can hold the thing. And that's torqued. This one, what's this one torqued to? It is torqued to about that right there. Perfect. Now let's get the chain on it. Okay, I got this. I got these turn. Okay, let me show this to you. Camshaft. Put this mark right up here on top. There's another mark right up here on top. Those are going to go to the timing chains. And there's supposed to be a mark, yeah, there's a mark right there, and then there's a mark right there. They're supposed to face each other. This is the best I can do without the camshaft jumping. We know that this is not on top dead center. We need to move this to top dead center by taking this key and lining it up with the bottom of the block right there. So I'm just going to do this. I don't have any spark plugs in it, so this should help me turn this without messing this up too much. So I'm just gonna say like right about right there, I guess. And there's a mark right there on the sprocket. And the chain's gonna have a mark on it. You see this mark right here is lined up with this chain, and that's for the balance shaft. That's all in time. So now let's get some of the stuff on there. I need to get this oiler in. Let me see. Come on, work with me. Okay. I need to get this little oiler thing in here. Goes right here. Can't forget about that. We want to make sure that we're getting enough oil, lubricating our chain. Turn this up. And this guide right here. Of course, I just lost one. Hello, line up. What's going on here? Okay, yeah, the way these things are built, this thing's made to have a little bit of give in it. Let's get the timing chain on. So here's the timing chain, new chain. We got a pink mark right there. We got another pink mark right there. Those are probably the camshafts. On the bottom, down here, there's an orange mark right there. So that goes to the crank. So I'm just gonna stick this around here. Try and line up. We're gonna take some slack out of this. So, yeah. So this needs to be straightened out a little bit. Let me see where we are down here. Come on, what's going on? Okay. Let me see what's going on. Okay, what I'm gonna attempt to do is move this back. Wait, what size is it? That should be a 14 millimeter. Okay, that's not gonna work. I need an actual socket. Let me find a socket. Okay, sorry about that. I keep getting pulled away. So I'm gonna move this back. Hopefully, yeah. I was gonna say, hopefully without pinching my fingers. So that mark's lined up, that mark's lined up. And the one on the bottom, so it needs to move over. And the way I'm gonna do that, hopefully, hang on a second, I got my tensioner. New tensioner with a golf tee so we can go play golf afterwards. Where is the old tensioner? I need the bolts. I need to get this ready. Okay, so got this ready. Get the bolts in there. So I'm gonna move this over a little bit. Okay. I need to move it a little bit more. Hopefully it'll bring the exhaust cam with it. See, our mark is lined up. We're holding tension on this chain right here. That's lined up, that's lined up. We get the shoe in. Put your shoes on. Come on, get in there. Don't jump. If I can get the shoe in, it should hold this chain tight enough so that it won't jump. If I can get it in. Come on, get in there. Okay. Just trying to get the chain lined up in the groove. Okay, so that's on. See if I can tighten this up. Tensioner, check. Pull it. The golf tee, pull that out. And so now we got tension on it. You got this mark lined up, that mark lined up, the other mark lined up. Let me show you. So we are lined up right there. That mark, that pink link with the mark down here. It's the orange link, and there's a little mark right there, right above it. So that's it. No problem, no need to rotate this around or anything like that to see if it lines up, because it's lined up right there. And the chain is tight, it's not gonna jump. So there's no sense in doing a bunch of rotations and trying to line it up again. It's done, that's it. If this is not right, then there's something wrong with the instructions or the way the paint was put on this chain or something. So now let's get the timing cover on. Of course I need to go clean that up, I need to get this off. finish cleaning up the timing cover, and then we'll just smack that on real quick, and then we can get the valve cover on and finish up everything else. So this is that tool that I was talking to you about to put this plug in. I got the plug, and this housing just helps it line up better. So I'll stick that through there, and this housing should line it right up, and then I'll just push it, just like that. And now that plug is in the end of the camshaft. And now I can put this plug on and put the rest of this back together. All right, this is the valve cover, and it ain't the cleanest, but you know, I mean, it's the best that I can do with what I got. I mean, trying to clean grease and oil with water, it just doesn't work. I mean, you can't do it. It just does not work. And your windshield washer fluid is not going to clean grease and oil off your windshield. It's meant for bugs and stuff. So how did 10, 11 gallons and plus of windshield washer fluid get into the parts washer reservoir? It's just, it doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. It's why? I mean, man, I wish I knew why. How it's beyond me. I can't figure it out. I'm just racking my brain. Who would do that? What? I mean, yeah, the entire parts washer needs to be cleaned out, and it needs all new Varsol or whatever that stuff is in there, the solvent that breaks down this grease and dirt and oil and stuff. I mean, it worked really good until somebody decided to put windshield washer fluid in there, and then now it's, yeah, it needs to be cleaned out. Why do I have an extra? What's going on here? Where? Oh, it's over here. Covered. Okay, let me get this thing torqued down. I need to find the high pressure pump. How many more? Who else wants some? What you got? Okay, that's that. Now, high pressure fuel pump is sitting around here in a rag somewhere. Here it is. We got the roller lifter. Oh, and there's one of the bolts. Roller lifter going in. high pressure pump. We gotta get a little bit of lube. Put a little bit of lube around there. Now what? Now what are we doing? Where's the socket? Where's the socket that I just had? Maybe this one. Okay. Now what? So we need to get that plug in right there, and that's definitely needs to get put in. And tighten this up. Get the intake manifold on. I got the intake manifold sitting over here. There's not much left. I need to find the dipstick. I threw that somewhere because I thought we were replacing it. Apparently this kit does not come with one. How does this go? How does this, who did this? Does that go on there like that? Something like that? Yeah. I need to get the high pressure pipe on. That's the whole idea. Getting this on, I can get the high pressure pipe on, then we can put the intake manifold on. So let me get that done now. Okay, here we go. Brand new, brand spanking new high pressure fuel pump pipe. Brand spanking new. Going in. High pressure fuel pipe going in bay 2. Oh. Nobody cares. Just me. Well, somebody cares. We just want to make sure that you know you got a high pressure fuel pipe going in. It's a big deal. You know, if it catches on fire, then it'll enter a high pressure fuel pipe because we got a brand new one. So everybody knows now. Where is my 19mm wrench? Now what? Now. Just gonna kind of snug those, tighten this. 10mm socket. And I'll just tighten the heck out of this. That's good and tight. And DOS is good and tight. I heard my shoulder click, so that must have been torqued to spec. One more thing, intake manifold. I just need to change the gaskets on it and stick it on here, and we're ready to stick this thing in. Okay, nice, super nice, crusty old intake manifold going in. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this manifold. There's no need to put a new one. It didn't have catastrophic engine failure. It didn't throw a rod, didn't have a hole in the side of the block, didn't have any metal at all in the pan. I mean, honestly, I do not even know why I am replacing this engine. Not only are we replacing the engine, but it's a short block assembly. So, extra amount of work for what? I don't know. I didn't see anything wrong with the engine. So, I mean, that's what I'm trying to say, So, definitely did not need a new intake manifold. I got a bracket. I need to get this bracket in the bottom, and then I can tighten up this manifold, and then we're done. Pretty much, almost, maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Don't count the hatchlings before the chicks come home. You know what I mean? Definitely don't want to do that. I know that y'all probably cannot see anything. So let me just get this, finish putting this put on, and then we'll get her in. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. I mean, put your engines in and then start them up. So only thing I'm looking for now is the dipstick. I threw that somewhere because I thought I was getting a new one. So I just need to find it, and I'm gonna stick this engine in now and start it up. So let's go. Look at this. It doesn't even look like a new engine. It looks like an old engine. It's a secret engine. You don't even know it's new. I mean, you know it's new because it's your vehicle, and so you're like, they don't know it's a new engine because look, it's dirty. Oh, we did the best we can. Let's see if this thing runs. I got coolant in it, I got oil in it, I got the battery hooked up, and there's no smoke, no fire, nothing burning or melting, so it's holding coolant. Let's see what happens. Let's crank on the key and see what happens. Oh, look at that. She's running. Yeah. I don't have any oil pressure light, anything like that. Oh yeah, she's smooth. I don't hear no ticking, no ticking tapping, nothing like that from the lifters or from the tappets. Let me grab a flashlight or something. Let me grab one of these. I just want to look at the belt, make sure that it's not like walking off or doing anything weird. We got some steam, smoke coming up from the back. That is typical. That's going to happen from the exhaust. Got no coolant leaking, nothing underneath. Nope. I got the engine undercover already on. I do need to evacuate the AC system. So I need to evacuate the AC system and put Freon in it, and then we can take this thing out on the road, see how she performs. Brand new engine, first start. We just built this. We built it. We built that head. Yeah. Yeah. Let this thing warm up. Operating temperature. Make sure that all the air in the cooling system bubbles out. Get some Freon in it, and then we'll take her out on the road. Let's see what happens. All right, there we go. Brand new, shiny and new. I got the coolant all topped off. I got Freon in here. Everything's good. Check. Everything's checked. All good. So let's take her out on the road. See how she performs. All right, I just came out of the car wash. Take her out on the road. See what happens. Let's pull out in front of traffic that way. Yeah, you see that? Put it to the floor. Yeah, it's, you know, that's the break-in period, right? So, yeah. As far as break-in period goes for this engine, Put it to the floor. It's good. Everything's good. Passing up a Dodge Charger. See? It's good. I mean, I don't hear any noises. I don't see any smoke behind us or anything. The brakes are a little bit weird because the vehicle's been sitting around for so many months. So many months. But it's got a good power, sounds good, runs smooth. It runs great. I mean, for a 2.4 liter faded 2 engine, you know, what more could you ask for? It runs great. It's got a, yeah, I mean, it takes off. I mean, it's not turbocharged or nothing, you know. I mean, it's a 2.4 liter. I mean, what do you expect? It's a 4-cylinder. But for what it is, I mean, it's great. Got no problems. See if I can get around here. Put it to the floor. Yeah, I mean, it's got good pickup. It runs good. Absolutely no lights on. No check engine light, nothing at all. Of course, I'm going to take it back to the shop and I'm going to put a scanner on it just to make sure everything's all good. But, I mean, it's running great. Absolutely great. So, let's get back to the shop. All right, guys. That's pretty much it for this one. A couple things about the vehicle. I mean, it's been 3 days. Okay, for me, it's been 3 days. That is ridiculous. I mean, it should not take 3 days to do a short block. But having to order parts and stuff like that, just little things that you get into and then you get pulled away and stuff like that. Either way, it's absolutely ridiculous. Did you have fun? I mean, it was fun. I thought it was fun. It's something different. You know, of course it's work. You know, but a job like this under warranty, which is we did it under warranty. The vehicle only has, well, it's got 87,215 miles on it now. And under warranty, this job only pays probably 10, 11 hours. That's it. And we just spent 3 days on it. It's 5:30 right now on the 3rd day. And of course, you know, people say technicians, they get paid a lot of money. Technicians, mechanics, whatever. Yeah, they can make a lot of money. They can. But jobs like this, you know, it's absolutely ridiculous. You know you're going to lose because it's going to take 3 days. And it only pays 10, 11 hours. That's about 30 hours wasted time. So 3 days is about 30 hours. About 10 hours a day. That's about what a technician works. 10 to, if you talk about me, 11 and a half hours a day. So 30 hours, you know, to get paid 11. You know, that's not good mathematicians in the way I see it. But, you know, it is what it is. And that's the way it is whenever you work at a dealership and you got to deal with warranty. Warranty does not pay that great. Anyway, this one's done and it's running good. And I thank you for sticking around, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.